Okay, today we're going to read the Sleeping Beauty story. Okay. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, the king and the queen, invited all the fairies, correct, to their place to celebrate the birth of their beloved daughter, Briar Rose. After the feast, the fairies walked to the baby, Princess Cut, to bestow on her the most precious virtues. One gave her kindness, one intelligence, another beauty, and so on. Before the last fairy could present her gift to the princess, the sky darkened all of a sudden. An evil fairy who had not been invited to the banquet appeared in the hall. Waving her magic wand, she shouted, "Here's my gift, dear king and queen. The princess will die when 15. A spindle will prick her finger, and she will be gone forever." Then she disappeared in a cloud of smoke. The king and the queen were astonished by the deadly curse. But the good fairy said, "The evil fairy curse I cannot reverse, but I can make it such the girl shall not die. Instead, she lie in deep asleep, till her true love awakes her with a tender kiss." Wow, a tender kiss. Despite the fairy's promise, the king still ordered that all the spindles in the kingdom be destroyed. Years went by, and Briar Rose grew up beautifully, kind and virtuous. When the day of her 50th birthday arrived, nobody remembered the cruel fairy's curse any longer. Her parents were away from the castle, and the princess looked for an activity to occupy herself. Suddenly, she came across a steep and narrow staircase which she had not noticed before, and taken by an irresistible curiosity, she decided to climb it and see where it led. Arriving at a small door, Briar Rose opened and found an old lady spinning at the wheel, holding a spindle. Having never seen those instruments, the girl exclaimed, "Hello, old granny. I was just passing by. What are you doing? Could you let me try?" The old woman, who was actually the evil fairy, answered, "Come in, my dear girl. I was just spinning. Try, go ahead. It will be a new beginning." Briar Rose stretched out her hand to spindle and prick her finger. Immediately she fell on the floor, senseless. Then the wicked fairy crackled horribly and again in a cloud of smoke. She disappeared. As soon as the news reached them, the king and the queen rushed back to the castle, but it was already too late. The cruel prophecy of the evil fairy bad had come true. So the princess, still beautiful, even deep in slumber, was laid on a bed made of gold. That good fairies rushed to the palace too, while they were trying to comfort the king. The queen and the court, one of the proposed, if the princess wakes up alone and without any of her own, she'll be frightened. In despair, but if I put you all to sleep for as many as you used to keep, in her happiness you'd share. The king and the queen wholeheartedly agreed to the suggestions. So the fairies put to sleep every person, object, and animal from the royals to the footmen, from the countries to the scullery maids, from the animals to even the water in the well, so that it wouldn't dry. Then, with their magic wands, they touched some briars which grew and surrounded the castle, and almost entirely having it from sight.
Next page.
Next page is page 11. As the
Page
years went by, the legend of the beautiful sleeping princess spread to the surrounding kingdom. Valiant prince and noble knights attempted to reach her and wake her, but the briars had grown around the walls of the castle were impenetrable. 100 years passed, and brave prince from a faraway land arrived in the kingdom. A local old man told him, according to the legend, a cruel and wicked spell cast on a pretty princess who in that castle dwells has kept her sleeping deeply from now and 100 years. At this word, that valiant prince became fired with enthusiasm and swore that he would rescue the unfortunate princess from the spell. As soon as the young man drew his sword to cut a passage through the briars, they themselves opened a way before him. Arriving at the castle main gates, the prince entered the main courtyard without even a scratch. Next page. Much to his surprise, he found humans and animals lay everywhere, all fast asleep. Cooks and servants, dogs and doves. The prince wandered about the palace until he reached the room where Briar Rose was sleeping. He was struck at first sight by the gentleness and beauty of her angelic face and woke up to her golden bed. Then he bent over and laid two tender kisses on the girl's lips. At once, Briar Rose opened her eyes. Ruling wisely under protection of the good fairies, then the prince asked Briar Rose to marry him, and she agreed joyfully. With the blessing of their parents, the couple got married and lived for many years. Sleeping Beauty. Here's my gift, dear king and queen. The princess will die when 15. That's the end of Sleeping Beauty story. Goodbye.